tonight. The first time in about 45 years. 75% of the country is rooting for Gonzaga tonight. We root for history. We love history. Tonight will get a big rating. 13 million people watch Gonzaga UCLA, which was the best college basketball game I've ever seen, and I've been watching it for a long time. But here's what's fascinating about Gonzaga. And I know most of you, you don't know much about Gonzaga. They have become a Goliath, and they used to be a David. And I can't think of another sports team, pro or college, men or women, that's ever happened. Think about this. There's a reason the Yankees and the Celtics and the Lakers and Ohio State football and Alabama and Oklahoma and Kentucky and Kansas, there's a reason they're Goliath. They have a money advantage, a history advantage, a glamour advantage, a city advantage, a geographical advantage, an owner advantage, whatever it is. There's a reason they got there. Now, they may hire the wrong coach and be down for a while. Bama was. They may, they have a little chaos in the organization. Quarterback gets hurt or something. That happens. But they always get back to the top. There's a reason Goliath is Goliath, right? IBM's going nowhere. And then you have the Davids. And I'm not talking about all the Davids, but the good Davids. Xavier basketball, Gonzaga basketball, Boise State football, TCU football, the Oakland A's, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Minnesota Twins, the OKC Thunder. They occasionally get the right star, but he leaves. They don't have the payroll, but they're bad in baseball forever like the Rays, so they get a bunch of draft picks. They hit on them, and for 2 or 3 years, they're great, and then the players all go and make more money. But the little guy always returns to being competent, but the little guy. There's a reason he was a little guy forever. Small payroll, unglamorous town, don't attract free agents, whatevs. But then there's Gonzaga. David to Goliath. They are the best college basketball team in America. Okay, in the last 6 years. Well, what about the conference they play in? Who cares? In the last 6 years, they have more wins in the tournament than anybody. By the way, in the last 5 years, they have the highest winning percentage. They have the most wins. They're putting guys in the NBA. They just landed another top 5 high school player. They may land another top 15 high school player. Jalen Suggs may go number 1 in the draft. Probably 2, but may go number 1. When you watch Baylor and Gonzaga play tonight, there'll be 4 or 5 first-round picks. This is not a mirage. This is the rare story where the Rays become the Yankees. What? Okay, for 4 or 5 years. They're not slowing down. Mark Few is young, in great shape. He's not going anywhere. They don't cheat in their recruiting. They sell out their arena. They're incredibly well-funded, make about $14, $15 million a year. Players love them. They get NBA guys. They have a great system. Not Duke, not Kansas, not Syracuse, not Kentucky, that are a revolving door sometimes of players. 5 straight 30-win seasons never happened. Now, some of that is the conference they play in. But they are the best basketball program in America right now, the best college basketball program. I'm not sure Kentucky didn't make the tournament. Louisville didn't make the tournament. Duke didn't make the tournament. They'll try for history tonight, and I can't wait. You just don't see it very often. There's a reason favorites are favorites. They've had an advantage, and they may go down, but Oklahoma football, they may hire the wrong coach. They fly back. Alabama hires the wrong coach. They fly back. The passion, the money, the glamour, the history, the funding, whatever it is, phenomenal. So I just bought an iPhone 12. And literally Joy couldn't beside herself. And the iPhone 12 does everything. It's my camera. It's my calendar. It's my music. It's my alarm. It's my Rolodex. It's my navigation. I had to write it down. It's my music. It's my wallet. It is everything. I mean, it is. It is everything. They have a portrait setting on the pictures. You can do a movie on your phone. You can do it with my dogs. I look like an artist. Okay, and now it used to be my phone had 3 or 4 of these things, and I would still buy it. But that's because that's what was available. So my phone wasn't everything. So you'd buy a BlackBerry or a Sidekick or a Razor. That's what was available. So I saw a story this morning by an NFL scout that said Mac Jones, Alabama quarterback, not not worth a first-round pick. And it reminds me of the phone because we used to buy the BlackBerry because it's what the standard was. And the standard for quarterbacks similarly was the same. He's got a huge arm, but he's not that smart or athletic. All right, there's your BlackBerry. Well, he is athletic, but he doesn't have a ton of leadership skills. All right, I'll draft him first round. Well, he's a leader, but he can't move. He is a statue. That was the old standard. But then I watched Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence and Josh Allen. They're the iPhone. I'm not drafting a guy first round who is immobile. You cannot keep up in the NFL if Mac Jones, who has no second reaction skills. I mean, I'm reading what the scout said about him. Does not have a great A arm or athleticism, lacks speed, quickness, and running ability to create plays. He will be confined to a pocket passer. Where is that working? So it's like, listen, the standard for phones has changed. You can't keep up if you got something like a razor or a sidekick. It just doesn't do enough. And I kind of feel like that with Mac Jones. I wish the kid well, but it's why I would have moved off Tua. I mean, you can see instantly with Herbert and Mahomes and Allen. And like I've said before, I like Lamar Jackson a lot. But I do want to see an elevated passing game. Gotten better. I want more. Because I just can't beat a Kansas City or a Buffalo if I don't have that. And so finally, I think people are coming to their senses. Now, I was told this weekend, this is very interesting. I was told this weekend that the San Francisco 49ers have the number 3 pick. We know they've moved up for it. Kyle Shanahan wants Mac Jones. The general manager, John Lynch, does not. And those two have been arm in arm, besties. There's your separation point. I'm going to side with the general manager, John Lynch. If you draft Mac Jones, San Francisco 3rd, what you're telling everybody is my system will make this sidekick, this razor, this BlackBerry work. My system is so great, I can make an inferior phone work. And I don't think, ask Greg Popovich and ask Bill Belichick, I don't think anybody's system is good enough to win Super Bowls if you don't have the man. And that's where I stand on that. What an unbelievable college basketball game Saturday night. God, it was fun. God, it was great. You know, I was sitting there as I watched that game on my couch with the dogs, and I thought to myself, there are people in America that don't like sports. And I thought, Saturday night, what were they doing on their couch? Playing Scrabble, on their phone. I'm like, I got so much emotional joy. And I felt bad for UCLA. I thought UCLA for most of the game was a better team. It's fast.